This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is episode 583 of Horse Tip Daily. A different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you, one day at a time. Today's tip is brought to you by EquestrianCollections.com, a world of choices delivered right to your door. Hello everybody, Coach Jen here, and thanks for tuning in to Horse Tip Daily. Today's tip is from Randy Thompson. Randy is internationally recognized for her award-winning How to Market Your Horse Business and Horse and Rider Awareness educational programs. Randy has been in the horse industry for 35 years and has been coaching professionals for 15 years in horses and rider training, business, and marketing. Today's tip is about rider position at the trot and how it can be improved even when you're not riding. But first, a word about today's sponsor, EquestrianCollections.com. When you need to resupply, replace, update, or invest in the stuff that makes your horse life possible, stop by EquestrianCollections.com first. Browse through some 7,000 boot choices from great brands like Ariat, Boggs, Mountain Horse, Ovation, Smoky Mountain, and more. Outfit yourself in the latest and the greatest. And don't forget your horse. EquestrianCollections.com offers some 400 blankets, sheets, and coolers from Buckus, Amigo, and Rambo by Horseware, Hug, Kensington, Triple Crown Custom, and Weatherbeeta, just to name a few. Your horse will be warm and dry and stylish this winter. Not sure what type of saddle pad you want? Well, go to Equestrian Collections because they have over 600 different choices. No matter whether you ride English, Western, or bareback around the backyard, EquestrianCollections.com has the most amazing selection of brand name products you are going to find anywhere. So stop by today, EquestrianCollections.com. Now, enjoy today's tip. And Randy Thompson, rider awareness person who helps us out with getting our bodies to go where they should on a consistent basis.
Yes.
Looks like Rising Trot is on the docket today.
Yes. I thought I would try something totally different. I don't even know if this has been done on radio before. But today we're going to talk about how your viewers can rise or post the trot, whichever they want to call it, like a professional.
All righty. Like a good professional.
Like a good professional. That's a good way to put it. Good way to put it. So as you know, Jennifer, with it depends on what kind of trot you're doing. In dressage, we call it a rising trot. In hunter world, we call it a posting trot. So either one means the same thing, and I'll be using the words interchangeably as we go through this. So nowadays, as you know, both Western and English style riders are posting.
Now, tell me where you have come across the Western posting trot thing.
A lot of the Western, I see it mainly when I was competing more in the show ring. A lot of the Western riders, when they have now learned the value of getting a horse to move more forward in order to improve their more collected, slower gaits.
So do you see that with the equitation and pleasure horses, or more with the rodeo events with the reiners and the
I don't know so much about the reiners. These are the people that I've seen at like the quarter horse shows, that type of thing. Oh. So I would assume if they're in that group that other people are doing it too. It's just, as you know, posting or rising the trot when the horse is moving more forward is the only way to do it.
That's why it was invented.
That's why it was invented.
Yes.
As you know, it started with the cavalry. They found that when they were doing long distance trots and that type of thing, if they stayed on the same diagonal all the time, that their horses became one-sided. Yeah, isn't that interesting? Well, that's what they say anyway.
That's what they say anyway, yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go back to our posting or rising a trot. So here we have riders that are posting or rising the trot wherever they are, and many of them, and we might have been them at one time, are merrily riding down the trails or in their rings, thinking they're posting to the horse's movement, when in fact they are bouncing their bottoms all over their horse's back. If you are one of those riders, you simply have not been shown a more elegant way to rise or post the trot. Today we're going to show your viewers how they can improve their rising trot without a horse.
I've always strived to be elegant, so go for it.
Don't we all? Once you get the feeling of this exercise, you can practice it on the horse. I would suggest that you practice these awareness exercises in front of a mirror so you can see what your body is doing. Please do not practice this now if you are driving a car.
Warning, warning.
Warning. Don't do this and drive. Let's begin with our first awareness exercise.
No rising trot while driving. Got it.
That's right. Okay, let's begin. We're going to pretend that you're on a horse. We're going to pretend. So what I would like you to do is, those who are not driving their cars, go ahead and stand on the floor and spread your feet about 3 feet apart or shoulder width. As you are standing, make sure you can feel that your weight is flat on the bottom of your feet. Well, that was pretty easy, wasn't it?
Well, it's amazing how often, especially for folks who spend a lot of time sitting in an office chair like I do, it's amazing when you spread your feet to shoulder width, how if you pay attention, you end up with more weight on the bulbs of your feet than the heels, and then on the outsides and then the insides, and it's really not flat at all. So, okay,
That's
I've gotten the
exactly
flat
right.
part figured out, and I've done it without pulling my headphone cord out, so I'm good.
You're doing good. Now, if you were sitting on a horse, I know you're sitting on a chair. You can actually practice this on a chair too, by the way. We're going to go into that a little bit. But if you were sitting on a horse, if you were standing right now, you'd lower your seat about 4 inches by bending your knees and sinking your seat down so that it's about 4 inches lower than when you're standing.
Okay, got it.
Okay,
I'm not going to stay there, though. That's too tiring. Okay, I'm back up
It's too
now.
tired. Yeah, that's all right. This is the sitting part of your rising trot. Notice how your legs are balanced over your feet.
Got it.
Now you're ready to find out where your weight is in your foot and lower leg as you rise the trot. If you feel unsteady, please use a solid object to rest your hand on if you'd like to. Okay. Now, slowly shift your weight to the front of your foot.
Woo.
You'll notice that your upper body falls forward and your heel starts to lift off the floor.
My heels went up.
Yes.
Bad.
This is not where you want to feel your weight when you're posting the trot. If you're riding on your toes or the front of your foot when posting, you are also probably posting much higher in the saddle than you need to. This gives riders that jack-in-the-box looks, where they pop up and down.
Yeah.
This makes it an uncomfortable ride for both you and your horse. Okay, now you can stand up again. Take a little break. Your goal...
I feel like I'm on Jack LaLanne's show.
It's Jacqueline. I don't even know that show.
I'm dating myself.
Oh, that could be. Well, I think about you. How old are you? I know. I'm sitting here. I'm 50, going on 56. So I'm like, well, how old is she? But anyway.
I'm old enough to know better.
Oh, yeah. All right. We're going off topic. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's go back. So now you've taken your break. So now we're going to go back again to another exercise. You can stand up again, or if you're already standing, stay standing. Your goal as a balanced rider is to keep your weight centered over your foot, as we talked about. Once again, lower your seat and focus on how you can use your seat and upper body to keep you connected to the back of your foot. You
like
might
your
notice
heel, like the bottom part of your heel in the back?
That's right, the back heel. Mm-hmm. You might notice that you need to bring your shoulders back and keep your seat low to get your weight where it should be towards the back of your foot.
Okay, got it.
It's the same. Yeah.
No, don't got it.
That's right. You're going to fall in and out of it a lot. Most riders do until they get the feeling of it. It's the same feeling that you'll have in the saddle. You feel how when your weight goes out of the back of your foot, you fall forward?
Woo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really noticeable this.
It feels a lot different in your thigh, too. Different muscles are working in
That's
in your
exactly
thighs
right. It makes you use your riding muscles, and it'll also, when you rise the trot, as a result of bringing your pelvis forward like this, you'll actually roll on your thighs so your seat goes forward and back instead of up and down. But
the horse is going forward, so that makes sense.
That's right. But as you know, most riders still go up and down. As you rise to the trot, your lower leg should anchor into your relaxed ankle in the back of your foot. When you are posting correctly, you will feel the back of your calf muscles stretching as you rise and fall to the movement. So if you're standing right now, you want to lower your seat to the point where you can feel the back of your calf stretching as you put your weight in the back of the foot. And then as you go, as you play with your pelvis, bringing it forward and back, your goal is to not bring your pelvis more forward than you can keep your weight in the back of your foot.
So when you're riding a horse, we all hear, heels down, toes up a lot.
Yes.
So we tend to focus on the tactile sensation felt on the ball of the foot on the stirrup. But, in fact, when you're practicing this, you need to focus on the tactile feel on your heel.
That's exactly right.
Because the only reason you feel the pressure on the ball of your foot is because there ain't nothing under your heel.
That's right. You're putting your weight on your toes, which throws your upper body forward and makes people pop like a jack-in-a-box in and out of the saddle. That's exactly right.
So that's very interesting that because we're focusing on a tactile feel, that stirrup iron under our foot, that is making it that much more difficult to get all of our body parts above our foot in the right place. So this is a really valuable exercise because it allows you to focus on the appropriate parts of your body.
That's right. And keeping everything relaxed. As you know, there should be no tension or tightness in the body.
Oh, never tense. No.
Yeah.
I can just see people out there right now. They're going to be on their break at work. They're going to be on their break, taking a cigarette break outside or
That's
a cup
right.
of coffee. And they're going to be practicing this, and they're going to be grimacing and gritting their teeth. And we're relaxed.
Oh yeah. Well, we're going to go a little bit deeper because now we're actually going to let people sit down. Are you sitting down now?
Always.
Oh, good. Okay. We're going to practice the rising trot while sitting in a chair and getting up. So everybody who's sitting in a chair,
I don't
think you can do this when you're driving either. You what?
I have to slide my keyboard tray in and out.
Oh, all right. Well,
Just slide it out.
Slide it out and make sure you pick a chair that allows your feet to be flat on the floor.
Got it.
You want to sit slightly towards the front of the chair to be able to do that because you'll notice if you sit too far back, your feet won't stay connected. So what this is going to do is show you that you have to keep your seat over your foot. Okay? So now what we're going to do is slowly lift your seat to get out of the chair. When you do it, bring your belly forward and you'll feel that the weight goes into your knees and down into your leg.
Whoa. Got it. Okay.
We call this letting the rider's belly or pelvis lead the movement at the rising trot. Next, slowly sit down. Feel what your pelvis has to do to bring your seat back to where you want it. Since you're not on a horse, chances are that you will sit softly.
Oh, and don't do it on a chair with wheels.
Oh, don't do that chair with wheels.
Okay.
This is also how you should sit to the rising trot. Many riders fall back on their horse's back. This is often a result of them posting from their feet instead of bringing their belly forward in the movement. Now, you'll notice when you're practicing this on your chair that you can feel when you go up, you want to feel the weight sink into your heels as you bring your pelvis over your knee. Then slowly sink back into the chair without falling.
This is a good exercise just to do. All of these are just good to do to help your balance and fitness, even if you don't have an issue with your posting or rising trot.
Yes.
This is great exercises, isometric exercises, and balance improving for those of us who can't get on the horse and ride as often as we want, especially this time of year
Exactly.
when it's nothing but muck and mire and rain.
That's right.
As it is in my life right now. So these are fabulous exercises just to help keep you fit and help keep your balance tuned up.
Yes, it does. It does make a difference. Let me see. Another thing you can do, you were talking about not being able to ride, going just a little bit off topic here, but something that I found when I was teaching instructor programs was, those 55-gallon barrels, the plastic ones?
Yeah, they sell them like crazy here in Lexington.
Oh, take one into your house. If you're afraid it's going to roll around, put a block of wood on each side of it so it doesn't roll. Put your saddle on it, adjust it to the right height for your leg, and you can practice riding in your house on a barrel.
I'm going to get that past Glenn the Geek Really?
Yeah.
Randy told me I could put a barrel in the living
That's
room,
right.
Glenn.
Oh, yeah, well, he'll probably want to name it and paint it pretty colors. But so a barrel is really good for that. Anyway, so let's go back to the rising trot. This is the movement that the forward and backwards movement that you're feeling with your belly and pelvis. That's the right movement that you should have when you're posting or rising the trot. You'll notice that when you're doing it with a chair that it's pretty smooth. That's the way it should be on a horse. We've seen a lot of people when they're posting, they're still jerking and bouncing back and forth, but usually that's because their weight is in the front of their foot. As you learn to sink back into your leg and bring the pelvis forward, the movement's more natural. Mm-hmm. So it starts, as you were saying, you begin moving with the horse instead of against the horse. And that's why more professionals are used to posting the correct way, because they are on purpose affecting the way the horse is moving and behaving. You can practice these awareness exercises anywhere. The more you become aware of where your weight is in your feet, how you need to bring your belly forward to get out of the seat, and how to gently sit back in the saddle, the better your rising or posting trot will become. As a result of anchoring your lower legs as you rise the trot, you will also notice that your entire leg seems to wrap around the horse more securely. This will help you to maintain a more balanced and effective riding position.
Da-da-da-da!
Da-da-da-da!
I can hear the angels singing. I'm definitely going to take these and jot them down for use during the cold, nasty, ugly winter months ahead.
Oh, yes. And like I said, get Glenn to get you a barrel.
Get me a barrel.
Mm-hmm.
This is a little bit like the plie when I was a little kid taking ballet classes.
Well, what I found the barrels do, because as I said, I use them for the instructor programs, is I can put, for example, I would put you on a barrel and ask you to do a rising, posting trot, and you are going to be stunned when you first do it.
It's amazing how much muscle you're using. It's like,
yes.
Really?
Yes, and how high most people go. But when you use the barrel or the chair, what you'll start feeling is where you go too far over one way or the other.
Yeah. And if you don't put the blocks of wood on, then you can find out whether or not you're riding too much on one stirrup than the other two.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Whoops, rolling across the living room.
Well, you'll find that you can adjust it. Here's what I would do if you're going to use a barrel, because I know some of your listeners are also instructors too. Barrels are a lot safer than a horse. That's why I started using them. They don't move around. But with your height, because how tall are you?
I'm about 5'9".
Okay, you're taller than me. So you might need to raise. What you want to do is you put a board under the barrel and lift it up a little bit so that when you're in the saddle on the barrel, your feet are at the length where they should be. But the difference will be you're not going to use your stirrups. Your feet will be flat on the floor.
Yeah.
To practice.
Although I could practice this on Beaker because he can stand just as still as an empty plastic barrel.
Well, that's true, but
that's his favorite gait.
Can you put your feet flat on the ground with him?
Just about.
Oh, well, you'll just have to put boards underneath of your feet so you can have flat feet.
If I stand if I'm next to a steep hill, pretty much, little dude.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Randy, for the excellent tip on improving your posting or rising trot, as well as improving your balance and fitness when you're not able to ride as much as you like, or you're coming back from riding having taken a break. So we're going to put that all in our file folders for winter use, and we'll be seeing you next time, Randy.
Great. It was great talking to you, Jennifer.
So there we go. We're going to add that to the list of things to not do. Don't drink and drive. Don't text and drive. Don't post to the trot and drive. To listen to all of Randy's tips, just go to horsetipdaily.com to the experts drop-down menu on the left. You can also go to horseandriderawareness.com. That's Randy's website, and you can check out what she's up to over there. Don't forget to support our sponsors here on Horse Tip Daily because they really do make these podcasts possible. Today's sponsor has been equestriancollections.com. Matter of fact, I just stopped by there the other day and took advantage of the express blowouts they have going on right now. Big red button in the top left corner of the page. I can't wait for the box to get here. Please stop by the Horse Tip Daily Facebook page and let us know what you think of the tips you hear on the show. It's also a great place to tell us about topics you'd like us to cover on the show. You can subscribe to all of the great shows on the Horse Radio Network through iTunes or Zune, and get your horse podcasts automatically downloaded to your iPod, Zune, or MP3 player. I'll be back again tomorrow with another new expert and a different horse tip. Until then, go ride your horse! The Horse Radio Network and the Horse Radio Network hosts are not responsible for statements of guests or their opinions. Use your own judgment when listening to the tips provided by the experts on Horse Tip Daily.